do you think we're going to see a change in the top four based on this action, win-lose between these two teams? That would Oklahoma or TCU crack the top four with a win? Should Notre Dame lose or Miami win in that regard, or should Notre Dame win?
Even if everybody wins ahead of them,
right.
this would, I think, put Oklahoma in that top four, and maybe even TCU, because they're sitting there at 6 kind of primed as well with a great defense. But the thing is I thought that the Clemson ahead of Oklahoma this week, last night in the reveal, I did not agree with that. First of all, Oklahoma has better wins. Their loss is much better than what Clemson's is. And you can deflate or talk about their defense all you want, but the bottom line is that this is still a complementary game. It matters what you do on the opposite side. If your defense struggles, what do you do on the offensive side? If your offense struggles, what do you do on the defensive side? And the fact of the matter is that Oklahoma right now is third in the country when it comes to yards per play margin. They're averaging 8.5 yards per play. There's not been a Power 5 team that has done that ever in college football. Their defense gives up a lot of yardage, but Rich, they play pretty well, complimentary. Third in the country, like I said, just behind Alabama and Washington in that margin. So I certainly believe they should have been 4 this week. With a win, they would absolutely jump into that 4 because Clemson does not have much left to build their resume as they kind of close out this season.
Well, certainly you have to sit here and think, a couple more minutes left with Joel Klatt of Fox Sports, you have to sit here and think that Georgia and Alabama are going to be undefeated when they see each other in the SEC championship game. And even if there's a close loss by one of them, they're both in, right? I mean, these are tea leaves that you can read right now. So there might be just only 2 non-SEC spots available. Is that?
I will
agree?
tell you, I know that that's the narrative, but I'm a big believer that you should have to win your conference to go play for the national title. Okay, I thought that last year. I thought Penn State should have been included, maybe over Ohio State. And I'm going to be a big proponent of that this year. In particular, let's say Wisconsin's undefeated. They should go over a one-loss SEC because it's not like this SEC team is going to be the loser of that game is going to have gone through some gauntlet. Let's say it's Alabama. If you actually put up blindly Alabama and Wisconsin's resume right next to one another, they are virtually identical. It's not like Alabama has played anybody, and the committee has given them a huge pass by including LSU in the top 25 and not Michigan. If I was a Michigan fan, I'd be irate. 2 losses on the year, and you've got 5 3-loss teams in the top 25 above the Wolverines? You kidding me? That's cooking the books to me, Rich, and that's up there to support Clemson. Clemson's up there with Auburn at number 10. I don't like that ranking from Auburn. You got LSU up there, which supports Auburn, which then supports Clemson, which will then support Alabama. So I hear that sentiment a lot about the loser of this supposed SEC championship game. One, I don't think that if you lose your conference, you should be able to go to the playoff. And 2, I just don't think the resumes of those 2 teams are all that strong when you look at just the disaster that the SEC is this season.
For more Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Rich Eisen Show app.